upon installing the Euphoria system, this is an exposed shower valve. You need hot and colds coming up at a 5 7/8 or 150 millimeter spread, hot to cold, center to center. You can see our easy install adapters provided with the unit going through to your valve itself, which is on the inside of the shower itself. We are sending along these adapter pieces, easy install adapters, which make it much easier for the installer to have the unit set at just the perfect dimension coming outside the wall. Just thread the adapter in. With a 12 millimeter Allen wrench, go down the center, tighten it up, and then with a marker where it meets the finished wall, just mark that. And cut where you've marked it. So once they're cut down to length, go ahead and tape up the threads with your plumber's tape. Go ahead and thread them in. And with your 12 millimeter Allen, tighten them up. And now you can see they're flush with your finished wall. Perfect for your S-unions to thread into. This is the S-union that comes with the exposed shower valves. The 1/2 inch side is a straight thread, and the easy install adapter is also a straight thread. So you have to seal it just a little bit different. Instead of using standard Teflon tape or Teflon paste, we include a threading that will wrap around the threads and seal better. This is a S-union with a service stop screw. This is also a straight thread, so this will also have to be sealed with the threading. GROHE includes this card with threading. You can open it up, and on the inside are instructions on how to install the thread onto the unions. So you first score the 1/2 inch threads with a hacksaw or a metal file, and then you put the threading on in a crisscross pattern, clockwise in a crisscross pattern, and then you can go ahead and thread it into the easy install adapter that should be already in the wall. Now, some of the S-unions are pre-scored at the factory, but it won't hurt to do a little more scoring on it just so the threading will take hold. And on this version with the service stop, it is not scored at all. So we'll go ahead and score this one up real quick. Now, just with a hacksaw, go across the threads. When I slightly scored them, they're rough, and that will allow the threading to take hold and seal. Okay, so just unwrap the threading from the cardboard card, and we give you two, one for each union. Okay, so take the thread, wrap it around one time, and then start going in a crisscross pattern, covering as many and as much of the thread as possible with the cord seal. So we can just start threading it in by hand. And then with a 14 millimeter Allen, there we go. Let's finish it up. Okay, and then just push on your little escutcheon. With the stops, they are a compression style stop. So to close it off, rotate clockwise. To open it up, counterclockwise. And about 2-3 rotations is full open and you're good to go. Mounting up the valve is very simple. You have your hex nuts on the back side. You have your fiber washer, which is the seal. And in the center of the fiber washer, you have your screen that protects your check valve. Just make sure that's in there. Take it up to your unions. So line it up, start threading it on. Standard threads, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, and then just snug them up with a wrench. And when you're done, put your level on, and we're perfect. We're going to go ahead and switch over to the smaller bar, being we have a lower ceiling in this application. So the shorter bar actually comes with 2 tubes that the water runs through. We're going to use the stainless one, so we'll take the copper one out of the equation. And to switch this over, we still need the bracket, the mounting bracket that came with the Euphoria system. So we'll start with removing the hand shower holder, and then with a 3 millimeter Allen wrench, we're going to remove the screw that's on the inside of this mounting bracket. Now we'll slide off the chrome bar. What we'll do here real quick is there's this little rubber O-ring that helps guide the water tube down into the body of the Euphoria system. So we'll just slide it up, kind of eye it up here at the right dimension. That's good. With a crescent wrench, we'll remove the existing water line. Put that to the side. We slide on the nut and the compression ferrule into the mounting bracket. Make sure the tube's pushed in fully, and then thread up the nut. And with your crescent wrench, snug it up tight. Don't want any leaks. And then we're going to take our bar, the shorter bar. Now, the shorter bar has a little hole in it, and that is where the set screw goes into. And we just slide it up. Slide it in. And you line the hole up in there with the hole of the bracket. Thread in your little set screw. Snug it up. So to prepare the rail for installation, I've already gone ahead and greased up the O-ring down there. You insert the rail into the body and just push it down on. There you go. With your level, make sure that you're nice and level here, plumb. And then go ahead and mark your 3 holes to drill out for your wall anchors. And that's a 1/4 inch drill bit, 1/4 inch drill bit for the wall anchors. So now that we have the valve in place, we have the top mounting bracket mounted. You can go ahead and push the bar onto the mount. Tighten up our screw up here. It's a 3 millimeter Allen. Snug it up tight. Take your escutcheon and push it into place. Now we can put on the rain arm. The rain arm's held on with a little set screw on the back side of it. So the arm pushes on, and you can tighten up the the Allen screw. Now if you tighten it up fully, the arm will be stiff to rotate. If you leave it slightly loose, the arm will swing out of the way, or you can leave it just like that. Right now I'd like to go through just a little general maintenance. If your water is a little on the low flow side, or if you're getting some fluctuation, you want to pull the thermal cartridge and clean it. And several of these steps are the same if you were putting in a reversing cartridge. So we would start off with, being we have service stops, shutting off the service stops so no water to the valve. And this cap simply snaps out. Regular blade screwdriver. Remove the handle. And there's your cartridge and the nut that holds it in place. Now this is a stainless steel nut. I suggest always using a socket on it. If you use a pair of channel locks, you can actually distort or bend the O-ring or bend the nut out of shape. You can see just how thin it is. And then the wrench, it's just a 34mm socket wrench. And at that point, the cartridge itself will pull straight out, just a little wiggle and pull. And that's where you would clean the screens if you had some fluctuation or low flow. And you just take it to a faucet in the house and clean the screens with a brush, clean it up, make sure it's free of all debris. Or if you're putting in a reversing cartridge, now is when you put in a reversing cartridge. And the cartridge just snaps in. You can see on the inside of the cavity here, there's a little cutout and a little dimple on the cartridge. Just line them up. Make sure you push in straight. And it'll fall into place. Snug it up. At this point, you could turn your hot and cold on, and being it is a thermostatic unit, you would have to go ahead and calibrate the unit. Once you get 100 degrees of water flowing, just put your handle on, line up the little dimple with the 100-degree marker on the front of the valve. Make sure it works. Good rotation. Snap in your cap and you're good to go. This is the complete Euphoria system installed. You can see it's all outside the wall. We have a rain shower head. We have a handheld shower on an adjuster. Slides up and down, and you can also pivot it back and forth. And then you have your thermostatic valve, which is outside the wall. Easy installation. Plumber just puts 2 drop L's on the back side of the wall. You come out at 5 7/8. This is your thermostat handle, 100-degree stop. And this is your diverter handle. You can divert to your shower head. As you rotate, it increases the volume. Your off position. Rotate down for your handheld, and there again, as you rotate, increases the volume. And your off position. As you can see, it is all outside the wall. Makes for easy maintenance on the cartridges if you ever need to replace or do any cleaning. And this is in our Starlight Chrome. The last piece you need to do before using your shower is to calibrate the thermostat. So to do that, you remove your cap from the handle to access your screw. Then just remove the screw from the handle. And that will expose the spline of the thermal cartridge. Turn your water on to your handheld shower. And I usually use a meat thermometer and a cup and just let the flow run in there. Right now it's reading about 80. So that's holding right at 100 degrees. Turn the water off. Take your handle and you have your little dimple there. Line it up with the 100-degree marker on the valve itself. Thread your screw in, make sure it's nice and tight. Good smooth rotation. Pop your cap in. Turn on your handheld shower, you turn the knob towards you. As you rotate, it will increase its volume. Turn it off, just rotate it back and you'll hit your stop. And to turn on your shower head, push the button and rotate the handle backwards towards the wall. Turn it off, just rotate it forward till you hear the click or feel the click.